am the dark.
What are you doing?
The intro.
We already did this.
What? No.
We already did this.
The voice joke?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Last week.
What?
Seriously, why do we talk like this?
Son of a
Thing?
bitch.
Anyone?
You're right.
Told
Thank you,
you.
Krim.
You're welcome.
Good boy. Sorry, guys. I guess that's what happens when your mind is spread across infinity. Welcome to Week in Geek. I am your host, the Dark Knave, the multiverse's greatest villain. Let's do this. This week's book of the week goes to Marvel, and it is Daredevil #1. Really?
What?
It's 2 weeks in a row.
You didn't like the sound effect?
It's not about the sound effect. I asked you to do digital. I told you to look at the software. You didn't. You can't make this stuff up. Daredevil #1. This is Marvel's revisit of the character since the end of Secret Wars, which really hasn't ended, but that's a gripe for a later time. Daredevil has changed quite a bit. I'm willing to admit I haven't been following him all that closely recently, so there seems to have been something that happened in his life that now people forgot that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. I don't really know what that is. I'm looking forward to finding out, though. He's also working with a character named Blindspot, a man who has invented a suit that makes him go invisible. But I think the biggest change to Daredevil's world these days is that he is no longer a defense attorney, but Matt Murdock is now a prosecuting attorney. So instead of having the Defender Avenger, you now have the Avenger Avenger. So that should make for some interesting reads going forward. Good book. My clunker of the week goes to DC this week, and that is the Harley Quinn one-shot, The Little Black Book. I'd like to tell you how I liked it, or if I didn't, but I can't, because it came in a sealed black bag, and it's $5. And although I'm a supervillain on your world, not quite the richest supervillain in the world, so I didn't want to shell out $10 just to read one story. DC, just a little hint for you, Blu-ray companies have figured out to give you the physical media and give you the free digital download that comes with it, and I know you're really looking to get more people into your digital distribution for your works. This might be a good opportunity. You could have really given us a code to download the actual book digitally so that we could leave this sealed, because I'm not going to open it, because that would just be stupid. So, DC, there's a business idea for you. You're welcome. This week, our television review is the CW's The Flash. Good God, what the?
Well, I thought you said the sound effect was okay.
It was when you damn near gave me a heart attack. So you gotta warn me when you're gonna... Anyway, the CW network's The Flash. I'm going to review Season 1. I know we're deep into Season 2. I don't want to give anything away, though. So, Season 1 was quite the roller coaster ride. It was a lot of fun. People who really have been following The Flash over the years would enjoy all of the Easter eggs and cameos and the groundwork for future villains and heroes to come. And people who don't necessarily know the character would have had just as much fun with the storylines and the special effects, which are top-notch. It's spun out of the Arrow program, which I will review at a later date, which is also an exceptional program. Took a little bit to get going, but it's really there right now. I really liked the fact that the Flash jumped out of the gate, introducing things from DC pretty quickly, as opposed to Smallville, which took forever to get going. But good show. I highly recommend watching Season 1. Get into Season 2. We'll talk about it at a later date. And speaking of TV and DC, they just announced this week that Supergirl on CBS is getting picked up for a full year, and that is very good news for DC because, quite frankly, they are doing exactly what Marvel's been doing in movies on television by intertwining a lot of really great characters and stories, and we're starting to see some characters jump networks, such as Constantine and his unfortunately canceled show showing up on Arrow, and DC has gone on the record saying that if Supergirl gets picked up for a year, that they would have the Flash cameo, and so hopefully we're going to see that
Hey, Supergirl, how are you? I'm doing good. Just figured it's nice to see you stop by.
Soon. And that takes us to our reader comment of the week. And as we stated last week, for those of you who are following us on YouTube, if anybody wants to make any comments or questions in the comment section, we will address them. And so this week we got one. Cram, do you happen to have that?
So Ryan asked the question, what is your thoughts on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going all in with the Inhumans but having no intention of bringing in Black Bolt or Medusa? Also, DC keeping their TV and movie franchises separate. Yay or nay? With as good as a job as Grant, whatever his face, is doing on The Flash, do we need another Flash?
So the short answer to that is, in my opinion, no. Why would you even use different actors in the two different media? We're seeing television and movies intertwining on the regular. Limitless is doing it right now with Bradley Cooper. It makes zero sense because when people are thinking Green Arrow and the Flash, they're thinking of the characters that are playing them right now. And why would you waste time introducing new actors in these roles? As to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I've had a gripe with that show from the get-go because they've really relied on a lot of Z-list characters. Although they have, in recent time, brought in characters like Sif and Nick Fury from the movies, if they are planning on doing something with the Inhumans, for the love of God, you have to at least mention the royal family. And so a shot of Medusa from behind, or a Black Bolt reference, or Gorgon, or any of those guys would be most welcome and should absolutely happen because their movie isn't slated until I think it's 2018. So makes no sense to start the storyline now and never mention the royal family. Good questions, Ryan. Thank you. This week there were a couple updates in the world of film in reference to superheroes and villains. The big one, of course, was the sneak preview that came out of Gotham, although I wouldn't know because I didn't see it, but I do have YouTube, and so I tracked it down after the fact and found the latest preview to the Batman Superman Dawn of Justice film. Not a whole lot to show. We got to see Superman holding Batman as prisoner. He's got him all chained to the ceiling. He walks up, he yanks his mask off, revealing that he's Bruce Wayne, and that's pretty much it. So I can't even tell you what I think of that because it's completely out of context and I have no idea. So anyway, speaking of the Justice League and the ground that DC is laying for their premiere team, we got some stills this week online for Wonder Woman from her upcoming film that featured Chris Pine as boyfriend Steve Trevor and Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, and it looks like there's a lot of imagery taken from the 50s. She's in a lot of period outfits in some of those set shots, and so it looks like we're going to go way back to discover when Diana left the island of Themyscira. So, good stuff. Not a whole lot to go off of because they're just stills, but it does beg the question, why did it take so long to make a Wonder Woman movie? Seriously. Rage mode on. Folks, when you think of Wonder Woman, who do you think of? Linda Carter. And why is that a problem? Because that was the 70s. Okay, we've had strong female heroes in our midst for a really, really long time. And it's taken us this long to get one female superhero lead film. That makes zero sense. People love a strong female character. Buffy! Buffy! Excuse me. And they want it. People want it. There's no downside to this. Women like a strong female character who gets to show off how badass she is, how resourceful, how intelligent, how independent. Guys like to see girls in outfits kick the crap out of everyone. In fact, Wonder Woman is kicking my ass right now in another universe. I gotta say, it's kind of hot. So here's the thing. It's about time that people have gotten their fill of a truly strong female character in a superhero role. I mean, Kick-Ass was a great movie. What does everybody remember from Kick-Ass?
Hit Girl.
You're damn right, Hit Girl, because she was the best part of the movie. So, strong female characters deserve to get into the spotlight. And if anyone says Elektra or Catwoman, I will flay you where you stand, because you can do these things without completely destroying the character, the continuity, and any respect you might have for either of the comic book companies who put out that dredge. And so it's about time. Get it together, DC and Marvel. Let's see more. How has there not been a Black Widow movie? Seriously, Marvel. People have been asking for it for years. So go Wonder Woman. Let's hope this movie is as good as we think it's going to be. Thanks for joining us on Weekend Geek, everyone. I am the Dark Knave with his henchman Cram. We really appreciate you watching, and as always, if you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section underneath this video.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you subscribe so you get our weekly updates. And also, if you think you have any friends who might enjoy this, make sure you share this with them.
Ready, Cram?
Ready.
Supervillain freeze frame.